What is David doing as we speak, especially now that we know Blair Burke is on the team?
He better be shutting his mouth. He better be absolutely quiet. He better be at home, wherever he is, doing nothing, not going anywhere, not talking to anybody, and just doing everything that she tells him to do, which is just sit there until I tell you what to do.
But what about the full download? Is this attorney saying, David, I need to know every single movement? Or is this attorney saying, don't tell me, I don't want to know, I just need to do my job?
Personally, I never ask until I need to, because that's not the point. The question is, what is the evidence that they have? What is the evidence that's out there? And I don't ever want to, there may be something that my client says that isn't in the realm of evidence, not because that they're guilty. A lot of times I have clients who tell me, I wasn't there, I didn't do this. And I say, hold on, I don't even want to know, because within the facts that they are giving to me, this already is not provable. So I don't want you to clutter my brain with what they have, because already within this universe, I can defeat these charges. So don't clutter my brain. I'm working on what the evidence is, because they have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they can't, that's all I need.
So do you think it's possible that, I mean, here we are going on a month, right? And radio silence from the LAPD, no suggestion that this guy is a suspect or a person of interest. Is it a tactic to keep things quiet and allow the target to let his guard down and think that he's skating and is now free to roam about the cabin and talk to anyone he wants?
I mean, you never know why they're doing what they're doing. You never know what the state of their investigation is. But I think the LAPD, especially in cases like this, where you've had these, these cases long time ago where you find these women dismembered and horrible situations, and the LAP just really did not know what to do with these investigations. I think that their PR and their attorneys are telling them to be quiet too. They just don't have enough information to give any kind of information out into the public. So I think that if you're an attorney for the LAPD, if you're an attorney for the city of Los Angeles, you guys say absolutely nothing. You say nothing until you know exactly what's happening. And in this case, I cannot imagine that there's ever going to be a point where we know exactly what happened.
I'll say you don't usually see a Tesla like this as beat up as it is. It's marked all over the spoiler with marks, white marks, and it's got a big dent in it. You don't typically see it sitting in a Hollywood Hills neighborhood that has like super expensive topiaries right beside it, It's just sort of a confounding sight. But I am curious about the toxicology. Do you think that that's the linchpin to all of this, that either they're waiting on the toxicology still weeks and weeks later, or they have every ability to put it at the front of the line when it's a high-profile case?
I think they have the ability to rush it. They have the ability to put it to the front of the line, absolutely. But again, I think the more information the LAPD puts out piecemeal, the worse it is for them. They just absolutely should not be doing that. They would be insane to give out pieces of information when they don't have an entire theory of prosecution.
Big question here. There's two issues, and not the least of which is that this is an underage girl. Did not make her 15th birthday. She spent it rotting in that trunk. Is it possible that there'll be no charges at all in this case? No murder, no sex charges, no underage crimes with children? Like, what do you see coming out of this, at the very least?
What is the evidence that we have that any crime occurred? Well, we know that there's a body in a trunk. But what evidence do we have connecting David to any actual crime? She told her friends that he was that they were in a relationship. What does that mean? She left her house. That was a very, very troubled situation. How do we know that he had anything to do with that? There's no evidence against this man for any crime that I can see.
How about witnesses? Because the friends of David spoke with TMZ, and they all held out that they thought that they were a couple. They held themselves out as a couple. She said that she was 19 and a college kid, and they were absolutely romantic.
Proving my point. If he thought that she was overage, then it's not a crime. But what does...
Oh, that's not true. Ignorance of the law. You can't have a relationship with an underage girl and say, well, she told me she was 19.
Hire me if that ever happens. because I think you can.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.